Hello, this is Elena with Black Sheep 303 Creative, and today's project is my last Christmas project for 2017, and it seemed only fitting that I would do an ugly Christmas sweater card using the Elizabeth Craft Designs winter sweater die set, which I just think is so fun. Like, look at all the cute little extras in there. And then I'm going to be stamping the Elizabeth Craft Designs Penguins clear stamp set onto this. So I'm doing this big penguin in the middle. I'm masking off one of the sleeves so I catch most of that scarf. And then I'm going to mask the main penguin in the middle a little bit as I stamp this border stamp onto the sleeve. So it's a little like penguin-y border. It's super cute. But I did do an ugly Halloween sweater card with this stamp set earlier, or last fall in September, I believe it was. I will link to that that video at the end if you're interested. And I just love this die set, and I think it's so fun with stamps. So that's why I'm showing you how to do this. Now, I did stamp this in Archival black ink onto some 85-pound soft finish white cardstock. Now, this cardstock is absolutely stunning, and it has a really nice texture to it. However, I'll be honest, it doesn't blend zigs real well, but that's okay because I'm using a black, and then this is 90 gray that I'm putting on top of it. And even though the blend isn't totally seamless, it doesn't really matter because it's so tone on tone. Like, it's so dark that you don't even really notice. And then the rest of the coloring is just going to be like a single color. So this is really, really basic coloring. And I just liked the texture of the paper so much that I couldn't resist using it for the actual sweater because it's just so fun. And really with basic coloring, it doesn't matter what paper you use, especially if you're using just one color. Now, that was a little bit of 52 bright yellow that I used on the nose, and then this is 24 wine red that I am using on the earmuffs. So I'll use the exact same colors everywhere. So I'm doing again 24 wine red on the present. And then for his scarf, I'm going to go very traditional green and red here. So it's, again, the wine red for certain stripes. And then I'm going to go to 47 May green for like a very bright green. I wanted some fairly bright color because, this is an ugly sweater. So you got to have, it's got to be kind of bright, right? So I will completed the scarf and the package with the May green and the wine red. And now I'm going to start coloring my penguins on the side of the sleeves using the exact same combination. So it's 10 black and 90 gray. And then here's 52 bright yellow. And I'm going to do the yellow on the feet on the sleeves. And that's where I realized, wow, that color is perfect for an ugly sweater. So I'm going to have to change the feet on the big penguin to that sort of yellowy orange as well. So I'll do that in a little bit. So I'm going over like the light strand or the ribbon, whatever it is they're holding with the May green, and then adding they could be ornaments, they could be lights with the wine red. And then here I'm adding just a little bit of pale pink to the cheeks of the penguins, and I added it to the big guy in the middle too. And now for my hideous background color. I have got 31 Cobalt Blue, which, as you can see, is a very bright turquoise blue. And then I'm just going to color the second sleeve using the exact same colors that I used on the other sleeve. No difference, so really easy to, just keep track of. And I will post all the colors on my blog post if you can't remember or really want to know which ones I use specifically. And then these little trim pieces, the die set cuts these out. So I'm just coloring them with the 47 May green so I know that they match. And then here are new feet that I stamped out and then fussy cut out and colored with the bright yellow. And so I'm just adhering them on top. And you really can't even tell when you see the card in the end that those weren't the original feet. But oh man, do those like pops of yellow really kind of add to the ugly sweater factor here. At least I thought so anyway. Okay, so you can see like there is a little bit of a sort of, you can see the back of the neck on that sweater, and that is intentional, and I think it's kind of cute. So I'm adding glaze pen to the eyes just to bring those out, and then I'm, of course, got to sparkle up something. So I've got my clear Spectrum Noir sparkle marker, and I'm adding it to all the penguin bodies. Now, just be aware, if you get it on the zig pens, it can run. So I did have a little bit of running with the black here and there. So I did touch that up with a white glaze pen. And now I'm using my Tonic Nouveau glitter drops in Ruby Slippers and adding that to the lights on the sleeves. So, you know, gotta have some glitter, right? Now for my greeting, I'm using Just Chillin' from the Holiday Cheer stamp set from Elizabeth Craft Designs, and I've stamped that in VersaFine Onyx Black ink onto also some 85-pound white soft finish cardstock. And that's some rich black soft finish cardstock cut to a 5x5 card base. And then that blue, light blue piece is from the Moda Scrap Happy Travel 12x12 paper pack. That's cut to 4.5x4.5. And then that silver snowflake was die cut out using one of the dies in the winter sweater die set. So that die set comes with that cute little snowflake too. Now I think this is supposed to actually be waves, but I thought of it as more like, I don't know, swirling snow or something for the background of my sweater hair. And as you saw, I used some 10mm double-sided adhesive tape as well as a little bit of 6mm because I ran out of 10mm to adhere that background paper down. And now I'm using 6mm and a touch of Zig 2A glue pen on my greeting. I'll just trim off the excess. And now I'm going to adhere down my sweater using 6mm clear double-sided adhesive tape. And that works like a charm. And just overlap it just a little bit over the sentiment. And then I had a little bit of touch-up I had to do on the blue parts of the sweater just because it was like not quite colored in. And so for my silver snowflake, I'm using my Zig 2A glue pen to adhere this down. I'm just going to put it by the Just Chillin'. And then I've got, of course, a little more Nuvo glitter drops and ruby slippers for the center to pull the red down into the greeting just a touch. And that is the completed project. And man, I think I made a pretty ugly Christmas sweater. Although pretty cute too. Like if you like penguins, I think that's a pretty cute sweater. But so I wanted to finish off my Christmas, this for 2017 Christmas projects with like a fun, kind of funny project. So hopefully you liked it. And I really, really love that sweater die set for making ugly sweaters. They're really, really fun. And I will link to the Halloween ugly sweater that I made for Elizabeth Craft Designs earlier this year right now. As always, supplies are linked in the video description and over on my blog. If you liked the video, I'd love it if you give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. I would really like that. Happy holidays, everybody. I hope you have an amazing, amazing Christmas. Thanks.